Well, the E23 is a big step forward for us at Enstone. We learnt an awful lot last year with the first year under turbo regulations, and we've applied a lot of those lessons to the E23. One very big aspect is the new power unit from Mercedes-AMG HPP, which we know gives us advantages in performance, reliability, drivability. So that becomes sort of the heart of the car with the chassis. And then we've developed a lot of the rest of the car with the new regulations. So we expect going forward into 2015 that that's going to bring us a lot of performance and we'll be far, far more competitive than we were in 2014. Well, there's been a lot of areas, but the integration of the power unit's obviously a big one. The other big one is with the regulations. So the front of chassis regulations changed, and the nose regulations changed, and we've done a lot of work aerodynamically in that area to develop the car. One area particularly we've worked hard in is trying to generate consistent handling characteristics, because that was an area we struggled with last year's car. We've done a lot of work to make the car more consistent in 2015 so the drivers can get the best out of the package. Well, it's never straightforward because you have ambitious targets and there's a lot of work to try and meet those. It has been quite a lot of work. A new power unit is a huge amount of work, and then dealing with the regulation changes, getting through homologation, there's a lot of aspects. But I have to say everyone at Enstone has risen fantastically to the challenge, and we're all really looking forward to seeing it on track. Oh, it's very different. I think probably not as big a difference as E22 to sort of V8 cars, but still a significant difference because we learnt so much and we're able to apply the lessons from last year. So there's a lot of areas we've improved in, but it's more refining than a completely different concept as we did with V8 to turbo. I think the development curve will be very strong. We've already got a very good aero program in place, and we're seeing some very promising results that'll knock on to upgrades in early races. And then on top of that, we've got mechanical upgrades in terms of suspension and brakes that are going to hit later in the year. So there's a strong development program. It's a lot of work going to a new power unit. Obviously, we'd had such a long time with Renault, we didn't really know quite what to expect. And the first stage is really just designing and scheming that new power unit with your chassis and trying to integrate everything, which is we're very involved. The other aspect is getting used to working with a new manufacturer. So there's a different way of supplying information, different operations, and that's been to learn, and there's different ways of doing things. But overall, I have to say, working with Mercedes-AMG HPP has been fantastic. They've really made the transition very easy to a new manufacturer.